I was the one who looked after you before," he said. I went up to him and I introduced myself and inquired if he had seen anything of me fiddle, and he said he had not seen hide nor hair of it, and he was very much afraid I would have to consent to be hanged without it. So I looked him in the eye and I told him hanging was a matter for the judge, and if I got off, I would want to know what had become of me fiddle. While he was thinking this over, I told him I looked after you before when you were sick, and he damned my eyes and gave me permission to do the same now. That was well done, Paris said, smiling. My cousin wants me looked after so he can the better hang me, though why he has proceeded me so I cannot tell. There is not much you can do for me in any case. I applied a tourniquet as soon as I was able to stop the bleeding. The sergeant, who knows the business better than a number of surgeons I have met, helped me to set the leg in splints before I was carried aboard. So long as I keep still, I shall be tolerably comfortable. I thought you might like to have the comfort of the washing, Sullivan said. I brought a bowl of warm water, and I can fetch you victuals from the galley as required. He has given his permission to that. It was Sullivan's standard medical procedure, which Paris remembered now from the time of his fever. It is very good of you, Michael, he said, more in order not to disappoint than for any other reason. He felt weak and disinclined to move. He submitted to the bathing of his face and arms and chest. Sullivan was gentle and deft, and kept up a stream of talk. There had been 2 deaths among the people of the settlement, in addition to those of Billy and Kareku. Kavanagh had been fatally wounded when he tried to break out with Danka and Tiamoko on the other side of the compound. Nima, seeing him fall, had lost her head and rushed out after the men, and had been killed before she had gone a dozen steps. Her baby, which they had named only the night before, was being suckled by Salian. Nadri had succeeded in reaching the trees, but he had been tracked down and taken by the creeks. And Tabakali? She is there with the rest of them, Sullivan said. Kenka is with her, and the other 2 children. They're all together on deck under guard of the soldiers. The crew people are kept separate. Yes, Paris said. We have a separate future now. They cannot sell us, you see, so they will try to hang us as the next best thing. Cootie is there among the others, Sullivan said. She looked at me kindly while I was playing. I should have gone to her straight, but I did not. We are not allowed near them now. After we get to St. Augustine, I'll never see her again in this life. He paused a moment, and his face brightened a little. Maybe I will, after all, he said. I have had a good omen. What was that? There is a bit of a story to it. When I was first brought aboard the Liverpool Merchant in company with poor Billy, rest his soul, I was wearing a fine coat with brass buttons down the front. Now, this coat was took from me without so much as a boyer leave, along with every stitch I had on, and I was given slop clothes from the ship's store. That was bad enough for a start, but the worst of it was, they never gave me back the buttons. Them buttons was never mentioned again. Now, you know the world, Matthew, like myself, and so you will know there is always something that rouse a man, howsoever patient and long-suffering that man may be. Thus appealed to, Paris nodded. Yes, he said. Sooner or later there will always be some leave, along with every stitch I had on. After we get to St. Augustine, I'll never see her again, and children. They're all together on deck under guard of the soldiers. The crew people are kept separate. Yes, Paris said. We have a separate future now. They cannot sell us, you see, so they will try to hang us as the next best thing. Cootie is there among the others, Sullivan said. She looked at me kindly while I was playing. I should have gone to her straight, but I did not. We are not allowed near them now. After we get to St. Augustine, I'll never see her again in this life. He paused a moment, and his face brightened a little. Maybe I will, after all, he said. I have had a good omen. What was that? There is a bit of a story to it. When I was first brought aboard the Liverpool Merchant in company with poor Billy, rest his soul, I was wearing a fine coat with brass buttons down the front. Now, this coat was took from me without so much as a boyer leave, along with every stitch I had on, and I was given slop clothes from the ship's store. That was bad enough for a start, but the worst of it was, they never gave me back the buttons. Them buttons was never mentioned again. Now, you know the world, Matthew, like myself, and so you will know there is always something that will rouse a man, howsoever patient and long-suffering,